Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy and this is Darcy's Mixed Media, which was once Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, in case some people still call it that and you don't want to be confused. I'm going to make a tag journal today. I did record when I like little pieces everywhere. When I inked these and everything, let me know if it would be a voiceover if I do it. But if you want to see how I did these, I can put the video up. But basically, took my paper and you could use gesso, or I used matte white paint, and I used like a credit card thing and just put that everywhere. And then I just inked and used stencils and all kinds of things. And I'm gonna probably do some inking with the stenciling coming up, because I've got some tags that I made kind of like that. So they just kind of come out sort of like, well, some of them come out like that. The positives and the negatives of the stencil. Alright, I thought I had my desk fairly cleaned off, but I did not. I'm not prepared. Welcome to my world of never being prepared. I'm not sure how far over here you can see. Oh, I should check in case I start working over there. Okay, you can see pretty far over. So, I'm making a really tall one. So, there's two ways you can do the cover. I like to do it this way. I get 2 pieces of 140-pound watercolor paper, and I will glue them together, but I need to glue this into it. So, this will get glued into there. So, I have 4 pieces that are 11 by 4.5. So, you know, that would be the front, and this will probably be the back. You can see where some of the paint, I did the paint on the watercolor pages too. So that'll be the back cover, that'll be the front cover. And then this one is 12 inches wide by 11 inches tall, and it's scored at every 3/4 inch. And if you have a scoreboard, it works so much better. So then we have one, so this is going to get glued under. And so these need to be this flat, and then your first peak right up next to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 peaks, and that will get glued. In fact, we'll do that now. So this is 11 inches tall by 12 inches wide. These are 11 inches tall by 4.5. And then our flags, which 3 sets of 7 or just 21, if you don't care if they coordinate or not, are 1, 2, 3.5 by 1, 2, 3, just under 4.5. So I think it's like, you could do anywhere from 4.25 to 4 and, what is it? Well, it's 3/8. Might be 4 3/8. You just want it to be a little bit shorter than your cover, so that it doesn't stick out past your cover. That's all. And if it's shorter than, like you could do it at 4.25, you would just kind of hold it out a little bit here, glue it out a little bit if you want it to be all the way. You'll see. Alright, so when I inked this, I wrote this side down so I would know that it's going to be, this is the top, and this is the top. Does that make sense? And then this is the part I'm going to glue down. So I've got, this is the front part of my cover, so I'm going to turn that upside down. I'll move all my other covers out of my way. And I'm going to use a strong glue like Art Glitter Glue or Quick Dry Tacky Glue or Fabri-Tac. This is not where you want to use your, what's the word I want? This is right. Okay. You don't want to be using your glue stick. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to get glue all on here. A good amount of it. You want it to stick. You want it to stay. And I'm just going to turn this over this way because it's just a little bit easier to see. So here's my front cover. Make sure my words are upside right. Yes, they are. Okay. I do have some inked, stamped words on there, so I was like, yeah, I might want to make sure. So you want to do it just to the right of the fold. You want to make sure that you can still fold it. or just or you know, evened up with the fold. Could also be another way to say what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to take the inside of my front cover, which I think will be this one. Trying to see if I can see my words or not. I've got some words here. I see the think. Okay, I see the word think. And I'm just going to match that up. I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to match my corners and my edge over here, because they should be the same size. And if it's going to be crooked somewhere, I'd rather be crooked on the inside. You don't have to use inked up papers. You can just use, well, you could use a piece of board for your covers and then cover them with paper or fabric or whatever. You could even probably use a book cover. I might try that pretty soon. We'll see. I like using this because it's just 2 pieces. This is where I'm matching it. 2 pieces, and I don't have to wrap anything. It's just gluing 2 pieces together. So, and the 140-pound watercolor paper doubled up makes a good, you know, fairly stiff. Still bendable, but you know, it's a good. That's what I did on my. That's what I did on this one. Oh, by the way, this is what we're making. You'll be able to see it like that, and it'll go like that. But this one's going to be taller and have bigger flags. Now, one thing people do ask me is, what do you use this for? Anything you want. You can still use it like a journal, because your pages still turn like this. So you could do just journal, put pictures, gratitude journal, just put quotes in there, whatever you want. I have a little bit of stenciling texture on there, so that's my back page. So I'm going to find... covered it so much I can't even see where it says this side down anymore. But I did write it on there at some point. Gonna glue this one, do the same thing on the back cover as we did on the front cover. Remembering that our peaks are up in the middle. Alright, I'm going to turn this upside down again. Okay, that's upside down too, because one thing's upside down. I want the other thing to be upside down. I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to kind of use my fingers and just line it up. Make sure that's lined up there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the inside of my back cover on. Are there words on here? World. Okay, yep. This goes this way. It wouldn't, if I didn't have a word stamp on there, it wouldn't matter which way I put it, but I do. And there are words you can actually read, because I think it's from, I think the stamp is like a page from Alice in Wonderland, or Through the Looking Glass, one of Lewis Carroll's. And it's just really small print, but when you want to have some print, it's nice that it's a good size stamp. I'm going to line up my outside edges. Try to get that as straight as I can before I get it to where it won't come back up again, because I'm using our glitter glue. Alright, now, when I made this in my live on Facebook last night, I learned some things, which I should have known, but, you know, I wasn't thinking. My brain wasn't in full thinking mode. I don't do well at night, I think. It's part of the problem. So, like, when I made this one, I made everything face forward. You don't want to do that for your flags, because now I really wanted all these to be the same direction, but they're not. So, whatever you want on top when you open it, you need to pay attention. So your top and your bottom, if you're putting it on the right side of your peak, you want your backs to be what you want them to be. And your middle, you're putting on the opposite side, so this one's on the left side of the peaks. Will, you know, will lay flat the other way. So whatever's on the right side of your peak is going to lay flat to the left. Whatever's on the left side of your peak is going to lay flat to the right. So that's something to kind of know. And then you can choose whether you want to have your top and bottom peaks go right or left. I think I'm going to do the opposite of what I've been doing. I think I've been doing them. I've been doing my top. Yeah, I've been doing it like this. So I'm going to switch this one around. And I'm going to do my top and bottom peak. So this is the front of my book. And I'm going to go ahead and take, these don't have words, that's good. I'm going to line up, let's see, I've got 3 sets of 7. So 7 of them have that on the back. 7 of them have this on the front or back, depending on what it's going to be. 2, I should have, 3, 4, there's 3 of those, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the extra one of that, extra one of that, this should be 7, and this should be 7, right? Add some extras. Because I usually tend to mess something up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I just need to figure out the order I want to put them in. Like this side is like blues, some greens, some peaches. This side has the blues on the other side. And then this one has red on one side, but it has some blue on this side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these face the front of the book, and I'm going to have these face the front of the book. So those are going to go that way, and I'm going to have these be in the middle, so they'll go the opposite direction. So if I want the blue in the middle, so if I want, when it lays flat, if I want it to be like this, since I have blue ink stamping is on here, this blue might make sense in the middle. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do, these ones are going to be on the left side of the peak. So it'll be the left side of the peak. So when they open up, they're going to lay out this way. So they're going to lay out this way when I open it up. And this will be on the right side of the peak, and it'll lay out that way. So I'm going to lay that back there. So that means I want to lay these this way. I might be confusing you too much now. I don't know. Or start with a random one, and then you won't have to worry about it. So let me just make sure that I have room for all 3 of these. Oh, did you want to know what size I made these? Did I say? I think I said. So I'm going to line this up so that I have kind of like 1/8 of an inch on each corner here. 1/8 of an inch on each corner here. And then I have a little bit more space in between the flags, but that's okay. I'd rather have it there because I don't want my flags getting caught on each other. Does that make sense? Putting that back over there. So now I'm going to glue right here with a nice good strong glue. And I'm going to glue down here. Wait, because these are on the left side of the fold. So they're going to go that way. Yeah, I've got the right side. I got confused because these 2 sides are similar. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my peak and fold it over. Uh-oh. I can see what I might have done wrong here. It's entirely possible that my cover is over too far. Nope, what happened here? No? What happened? That should be, yeah, you guys. What happened? My fold got messed up. Okay, it's not going to happen perfectly every time. I'll just warn you right now. Sometimes your fold's going to do weird things. Oh, did I just not go all the way up on that? What happened? Does that look like... Nope. Oh, I must have... Not sure what I did, but for some reason my cover is not folding the way it's supposed to. Oh man, how do I fix that? This needs to come over more. Oh, this is not going to be good. I could have sworn I had it on there right though. I don't know what happened. Well, I'm going to live with it, but watch out for that. I'm just saying. Definitely watch out for that, because now when my book closes, it's not going to... Oh man, it did it on this end too. This is... Alright. When I did it on the end here, I didn't give myself enough room in here. That's a problem. So, if I'm able to, I'm going to go ahead and trim this off down here. Oh my goodness. Maybe make your inside cover just slightly smaller than your outside cover so this doesn't happen to you. Or measure it on the inside, you know, line it up on the inside so that this doesn't happen to you. I can't believe this did this. It's just nothing like being on video and not having backup pieces, you know. I'm not going to remake these. I'm just trying really hard not to cut the, see, I've got my scissors underneath here. In between. But yeah, my inside cover came over my fold on both sides. Even though I thought I was on the outside of the fold with my outside cover. So I thought that would work, because it worked with another one. But no. So the solution to that is to cut it off. And if it's not, you know, if it's not looking like you like, that's okay. We can cover it up later. I'm going to have to add some glue in there. Because of course, you know, the glue didn't stick there. It sticks all here. But it's not sticking here. So once I'm sure that it's going to fold, then I can go in and stick my glue in here. And you know, putting a little piece of fabric on there, it'll still fold easily and cover up the issue. And also give it strength at the fold. So it's not a bad thing. Making it work. Might be a little bit harder on this end because I've already glued those down, but that's okay. I'm still gonna do what I can to cut that down without cutting my accordion. Let's see. Not embarrassing at all. So how are you guys doing today? Just know that if you ever mess something up, it's not the end of the world. I mean, my boys have always acted like it is. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to clang that down. They have always acted like, you know, one mistake is the end of the world. But when you start making junk journals and whatnot, you realize you can find a fix to almost anything. This side's glued down a lot better than the other side was, so it's giving me a little bit more hassle. And I might be getting further over than I need to. It's okay. Just put a strip there. If I could just cut through without cutting all the way through, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try that. I'm just going to go really lightly with my X-Acto knife. I'm just doing really lightly because I don't want to go through my, just want to get this part off. I don't want to go through the accordion part. The problem is that this part is glued down really well. Much weller than the other side. Much weller. Yeah, much better. What happens if I cut through the accordion? I guess I just make either turn it into make a new inside cover and turn this into a 6 peak. You can have more or less peaks, but it's hard to find paper that's more than 12 inches wide. And even then, you know, if you wanted to use just regular paper, you would need... Oh, and I should mention that for this back piece, copy paper is not going to be thick enough. And a heavy cardstock is going to be too thick. You know, just to confuse you. So my covers are 140-pound watercolor paper. But these middle parts are 98-pound mixed media paper. And I think I could use that for the back too. But I just used what feels like at least a 32-pound paper. Because it was a big piece that I had. But it was still only 11 inches tall. But it was like 17 inches wide. One of those papers. And I knew the glue would strengthen it some too. But if you go too thick, it's not going to fold well. That's where you're running into a problem. So, oh, it wants to go through the, okay, there we go. Almost. I don't want to go through the, now that I get the thickness out, it might be okay. Because on this part of it, it was fine. See, now I'm probably going to want to put something on here just so that fold doesn't keep trying to, where it folded weird. Alright, this is the front of my book again. And, hold on. Gotta fix this one now, too. And this is not one I have extras of. It's alright. It's alright. It was because, alright, and I need to fix this one. Oh, people, I hope you don't have to have this happen to you. Alright, I'm going to get myself about 1/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom. I know from before that I have room in the middle for my middle one. And folding this over the right way. I'm doing it over here too. Got about 1/4 of an inch on each side. Of course, I'm doing it the wrong, this way. Okay, this is the bottom of my book. Just want to make sure my words were going the right way on the other side. Okay, this is going to go a lot more easier. Should go easy now that I've got that issue resolved. I hope you guys don't get that issue. Oh my goodness. So now the next one, I'm going to the next, I'm going to line this up here and put my glue here. And fold that peak over. And I'm going to do that on this side too. Okay, this is the bottom of my book. So I'm going to line this up. I have my book upside down, don't mind me. But it's easier to do it from whichever side you're gluing. It's just easier to lay it where you want it and then glue it. And then, you know, fold down your peak. I mean, mine's not going to be perfect. Yours might not be perfect. It's still going to be cool, though. Do one of these over here. And it's just easier to do your tops and your bottoms and then go back through from the other side and do your middle. So yeah, this is actually supposed to be the easy part. You know, unless, like me, you go and mess up your cover. Don't mess up your cover and you'll be perfectly fine. My goodness. So just make sure that your accordion can fold when your cover's on. That's important, apparently. I mean, I knew it was important, but I didn't realize that I had an issue with it at first, So yep, this is just the slow part. Well, it goes pretty quickly actually, but it's just probably feels slow to you if you're just watching and not doing it along with me. And I should have said at the beginning, I suggest you watch this first, all the way through, and then try it. You know, even if you have to go back through and watch this to make sure that you're Make sure you don't make any of the mistakes that I make. That's what we're saying. You do not want to make mistakes that I make. Learn. Do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do, right? And then you might wonder why I chose these colors. There's a reason. So when I was looking up some Ukrainian digitals, you know, some digitals for people in the Ukraine, make sure your blue is not seeping through in between so that you're not sticking your accordions together. Anyway, I found a gal who had some really cute pictures. Sort of like Holly Hobby, but not. In fact, I did finally find the author, which is Sarah Kay. I had to do some investigating to figure that out. And if you look up Holly Hobby on, which really, they're still copyrighted, and people, I don't think they should be able to sell them, but they do. But I'm making this for me. Well, especially now with all that mess up, right? And so, wait, where are they? I would show you what I mean if I could figure out where I put them. Oh, right up here. Okay. So they're these pictures. They're the, like these. So the ones with the little girls with the jeans and stuff, and there's some little boys too. They're kind of like, you know, 70s, 60s, 70s. These, the little prairie ones, I'm not as interested in. I'm more interested in these, the little, you know, she's sad. Any of the ones that have the jeans, or even if they have like a straw hat with a dress. She's more Holly Hobby-ish. But, yeah, I thought they'd be really cute in here on the little flaps. And so I chose colors that went with those. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll decorate this too. So, when I open this, these are going this way. So, whichever one of this I want with them. So, if I want the blue, I want the blue or the purple. Because there is some orange. I think I want the blue. And then the other side, you know, will be... Alright, so we did the left side of the peak. Now for this one, we're going to go on the right side of the peak. Just to make you less nervous, I'm going to put the cover on the exact knife. And these are, they're non-dimensional, my little... And then I found these, I have these little, like, this stamp that's kind of like 70s flowers, flower power, 60s, 70s, which are really cute. So, alright, I need this to lay down so I can make sure. So, since I'm going to want my blue to show when I open it, I'm actually going to glue this down. Oh, this is going to be a little bit, I know I need to come in. Alright. So here, I'm going to, alright. Yep, this is what I want to do. Don't mind me. So I'm going to come in 1/4 of an inch on the edge here and just center it between my tops and my bottoms. Can you see what I did there? And then I'm going to do my glue like I did before. And this time I'm going to be coming this way. And then I'll just keep matching those up like I did before. Also trying to remember, I just have this corner here that's tearing, so I'm going to glue that corner down. There we go. It's just easier to glue on top, which is why I decided to turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. And now when these are laying down, you'll see that they, you know, line up with that. Now, yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm not worrying about my outside ones. I'm just going to keep lining this up with my middle one. And if you want to see somebody who, you know, probably knows a little better how to do this than I do. Or if you want to see how to do the other cover where you cover it with paper, go check out PM Artist Studio. And last Friday, let's see, today's April 1st. So last Friday was oh, Dad's birthday. Was March 25th, I think, was last Friday. So March 25th, of course, they don't put the dates on them, but, you know, it was one of their March Madness, so they did 2 weeks of March Madness, so it would have been like day 8 or something like that, maybe, of the March Madness. And in the morning and the afternoon ones, Mariah showed how to make the flag journal. So if you didn't quite get what I'm saying, go check her out and you might understand her more clearly than you understood me. You just never know. For some reason, my things seem to be sticking out more and more on the edge here. But, oh well. Okay, my last one. Glue that. So yeah, a strong glue like art glitter glue or quick dry tacky glue. You could even use like your wet glue, but you're just gonna have to take longer for it to dry. So you won't be able to, if you use art glitter glue, you can go through it pretty quickly because it dries, and then just go make sure that you haven't glued any pieces down, no glue seeping out, which seems to have been okay. So there we go. So we have this. Can you see the lotus? I call it I think it looks like a lotus. I don't know why my paper here is messing up on me. And then when you open it up, you can open it like this. And then you can also see that's the cover, the front cover, the back cover, and the spine. And, you know, you don't really see your inside accordion very much, but, you know. And then you hardly even notice how badly I messed up. But I'm going to put maybe some rickrack. Ooh, rickrack would be perfect. I will probably put some rickrack down there to cover up that mess. And rickrack would definitely go with the theme of these little girls. And then if I wanted to use it as a journal, you might want to put it under something for a while to get it to lay nice and flat. But it still turns like journal pages, just like an accordion journal would. It's just really fun. And I like this size. It's great because if you wanted to do pictures, photographs, it can make a really cute photo album. And you don't have to use mixed media papers. Let's see, what happened to the... Oh. You can use... And you don't have to make it that size. You can make it any size. This one I used Tim Holtz. Made it... It's 6 by 8. So these are like 5 3/4 or almost 6. And I think 2.5 they ended up being. So to figure out what size to make these, you make them the width or just under the width of your cover, and the height of your cover, subtract like 1/2 inch and divide by 3. And then, you know, if you need to round up or down a little bit, you can. You might not get exact measurements, and that's okay. This one I did, it was 8 inches, so I divided 7.5 by 3, which gave me 2.5 inches. And then this one is 11 inches, so I did 10.5. This is 11 inches, right? Yeah. 10.5 divided by 3, which was 3.5 inches. And then your spine is going to be 12 inches wide every time. And then the height, whatever you decided your height of your book is going to be. So 12 inches wide every time by the height of whatever your cover is. And these are 3/4 inch. You score these at 3/4 inch. If you do want me to go ahead and voice over and post how I made the just did all the inking and stuff, and I did a lot of pausing so you didn't have to watch all the, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be that interesting, honestly, but if you ask for it, I'll put it out there. So this is the flag journal or flag book. It's really fun to play with, and then, you know, leave your spine closed, and you can use it as like a journal, or you can just use it as like an art book. You know, you could just take some sweet little pictures. She look best. See this pink and that pink? Isn't that fun? You can put that right there. I haven't decided if I'm going to ink them yet or not, though. And then where's some more? Oh, this little girl with her, see, she also would work really great there, wouldn't she? Or over, too much. Oh, she looks good there too. Oh, kitty's so cute. Or our little girl with her pant. I know what they're called. Hold on, give me a second. Anyway, her flowers. Poppies. I think they're poppies. I had to go in my head to, she'd probably look good. She look good. I think she'd really look good on the blue. I think she's the bigger one though. I did them 9 to a page. Or she's really sweet too. So yeah, this will be fun to, you know, find places for all my people. Oh, there were little boys in the second one I found. And look, he's got like the same green that's here. See, won't he be so cute right there? He's so cute. They're all so cute. Or here, too. So yeah, I'm going to play with this. I'm going to add my peoples. Maybe add some words. Maybe some quotes. Whatever I want. And I can take one of the bigger people. Oh, actually, she's not too bad on there. I could put her there. There's another one. Anybody else like... See, she's blurry. They're not all perfect. But I have a bigger one of these that would be cute on here too. I love the ones in their jeans. They're my favorites. I might go find her. I have a bigger one of her somewhere. Oh, it's probably right here. And she could go right there on the front and be super cute. So anyway, so yep, that's the flag journal. This one I use 98-pound watercolor paper. Also the 140-pound no, this is watercolor. This is mixed media. 98-pound mixed media paper. 2 pieces on the bent front and back of the 140-pound watercolor paper. And then this is just like a 32-pound or so paper. But I think that the 98-pound mixed media paper would be okay because it's like a thin. It's not like a heavy 98. Like, it feels more like a 65-pound, honestly, or less. The mixed media paper is just different. But as far as cardstock, you just don't want to go too thick. And this one I actually inked after the fact. And I don't know, maybe I'll do one of those too. If you're interested in seeing like a 5x7 where I just do it all plain and then ink it afterwards, let me know. Although it is kind of easier to do the back and the covers separate. Because otherwise you have to like paint your piece, you know, go in between all your pieces here and paint them when you do your painting. But you're going to do painting anyway. And eventually it all flattens out because it starts out, you know, when it gets wet, it's all flippy floppy. But, you know, then you fold it and it lays flat. So, and they're fun in all the sizes. But I especially like this one, I think, just because photographs. All right. I hope you all have a delightful day. And know that I love you. I hope I was on screen the whole time.